Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is Whistlekick Martial Arts Radio, episode 407. And today, I'm joined by returning guest Sensei Amanda Cass, and we're going to talk about a new project that we're launching today, something that I think you're going to really enjoy. So hang on a second. I'll bring her on. We're going to talk about this. If you want to find out more about what's going on with this, with other episodes, with anything, head on over to whistlekickmartialartsradio.com. That's where you're going to find all the links to everything that we're talking about today. So if you're driving, you're on a bike somewhere, no need to crash or try to scribble things on your arm. Just whistlekickmartialartsradio.com and you'll see what we've got going on. So Sensei Cass, welcome back.
Hey, how you doing, Jeremy?
I'm doing great. It's great to have you back. And I'm excited about what we're talking about today. I've really been looking forward to, fleshing out this conversation for the listeners.
I'm so excited about this project that we have for everyone that's coming at the end of the month.
Yeah. So as we're recording this a couple weeks ahead of when it's going to release. And if you're listening to this now, this project, this thing that we're working on, it's already live. We've timed it that way. And the whole goal here, as everyone knows, the goal here at Whistlekick is to give people ways to express themselves as martial artists, to empower them as martial artists, to give you the tools, whether those be physical things or, this podcast or Martial Journal. Everything that we do is about supporting you as a martial artist. But there are a lot of different ways that people can be a martial artist, right?
Oh, absolutely. And as you know from talking to multiple martial artists, everyone has a way that martial arts has helped them and different style that they're studying. So that's kind of where we're going with the I Am a Martial Artist project.
Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether you're a karate practitioner, a taekwondo practitioner, whether your martial arts is tricking or Filipino or historical European, or you do stunt work or any of these things. At the end of the day, we're all martial artists. So to say, I'm a martial artist is a very collecting, unifying statement.
Absolutely. It really captures what everyone does. And the cool thing about this project is we're doing it visually so people can really see the style you study, but you don't have to talk about exactly what you're studying. We just really want to see what martial arts is to you.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this now, the very first video in the I Am a Martial Artist project is out. It's up. And that's a video that you've already put together.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I had an awesome cameraman come out, a friend of mine, Douglas Graves, and we shot a really cool video. You can catch it on YouTube.
And of course, we're going to link it in the show notes. And we're going to start to see videos spread out because as soon as we're done here, I'm going to record one. And we've got others that we're reaching out to that I can't confirm yet because we're recording this ahead of that. But if you use the hashtag I'm a martial artist, you're going to find these videos. And our hope is that this spreads.
Yeah, we want this to spread. We want this to be a really cool event for the, martial arts community. That's why it's about martial artists and not about a specific style.
It's really easy to get bogged down in what separates us as martial artists. In fact, among martial arts discussion groups, it's cliche for people to assume that if they post something, it's going to be criticized. So one of the things that I appreciated about Sensei Cass from our conversation before was how positive she is. So I reached out to her and said, there's got to be a way we can continue to work together. And after some batting around of some ideas, we came up with this. And what I love about this is it's collective. It's saying that we are all martial artists, and it gives us the opportunity to showcase, what makes us different, but in a celebratory way.
Yes. And that's what we're doing. We're celebrating each individual person as a martial artist, where they're coming from, their background. And that's what we want to see when you guys create these videos.
And they don't have to be special. They don't have to be dramatic. You don't have to have a cameraman. You don't even have to do anything. In fact, if you check out the video that I'm going to have out, which will release a little bit after this feed, we release martial arts radio episodes pretty darn early. We want to make sure that they're for people when they drive to work and everything. But mine's going to air later this morning. Of course, if you're listening to this after June 20th, it's already out there. I don't have a cameraman. I'm going to be using a tripod. I'm going to be doing what I do, which is to sit and talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Your videos can be on your phone. They can be fancy. They can be action shots. They can be talking, right? I mean, they can be anything.
Oh, it could be anything. I mean, everyone has a different experience in martial arts. Maybe the biggest thing you do in the martial arts community is to teach, and you get somebody recording you teaching a class.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be complicated. You know, one of the things we all know about video these days is that most of us have a pretty short attention span. You know, so
Yeah.
we're thinking 30 seconds, a minute, something like that. And
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
let's expose each other to what we're doing as martial artists. There are people out there doing things so different than what you do, but there are also people doing things pretty darn similar, if not almost the same. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
fun to connect with others in that way.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to explore everyone's experience.
So, of course, we're going to be following that hashtag, I am a martial artist, of course, on Instagram, on Facebook. And we're looking forward to getting tagged. You're welcome to tag, at whistlekick on anything that you do. And remind everyone your social media handles.
Tag me at Kick It Like Cass on Instagram and Facebook.
There you go. Right.
Yeah.
So that's the framework. That's the structure of everything that we've got going on. And so at this point, if you're feeling really excited, go ahead, turn off this episode, go record your video and get it uploaded. But let's talk a little bit more, just because I don't want people to look at the length of this episode and not tune in. I don't want people to think, oh, this is something short and silly. So we're going to talk for a little bit longer, more about martial arts and what we're hoping to see coming out of this project from the people participating. So if, Sensei Cass, if you take a look at what you've seen others do online, what is the stuff that you look at that makes you say, yes, I love watching this. I could watch this all day.
I just love different, like the visual when I'm watching something. There's several Instagrammers and YouTubers that I watch, and I love when people are able to be creative. That's one of my favorite things.
There's something really special about a martial artist who's willing to tap into their creative side, whether that's them, making up their own form or just doing really weird kind of almost silly things in their sparring that somehow work.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love seeing that.
I love watching people sparring games too. Oh man.
It's good stuff. Or creative drills, or, I remember when the mannequin challenge was big. My favorite ones were the martial arts ones.
Yeah. Yeah. We did a couple of those in our school when that was big a few years ago. And it was really fun because there's so much you can do with it as a martial artist, working the camera through the room.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, I'm planning to, and I don't know that people have to, you'll probably do this too, but when I post my video, I'm going to challenge others to do the same. I'm going to call them out by name, not in a negative way, certainly in a positive way, to say, I want to see a video from you. What is your I am a martial artist video?
I would love to see that. I would also, on my account, love to share whoever else does this. So if you, tag me in your video, Kick It Like Cass, I want to put you guys all in my story so people can see and we can really make a big impact on this.
Totally. And we're going to do the same thing. In fact, the more we can get this rolling, the bigger it's going to get. It's like a snowball coming down a hill. It doesn't start from much, but the more time, the more momentum it gets, the bigger it gets. And how cool would it be for this to become something that actually doesn't end?
That would be amazing. I mean, there's millions of us that do martial arts in this country and then even more throughout the world. And so I don't want it to just stop locally. I want it to spread, Even if we don't speak the same language, if you kind of see in the hashtag and figure out what we're doing, I would love to see people from other countries doing this too. It would be very cool.
Right. And of course, there's a lot that can come off of this, whether it's connections with other martial artists or learning about something that's out there that you didn't know existed, or maybe simply you felt like you were the only one who looked at your martial arts style or martial arts in general or the world in the way that you do. And then you look through some of these videos and say, oh, I'm not alone. Because
Mm-hmm.
I think quite often as martial artists, we feel like we're alone because
Yeah.
we're surrounded by people who play basketball and do soccer and do other things that are not martial arts related. We have half the participation in martial arts in the US that we do globally.
Yeah, I really like that you said that because I mean, especially growing up doing martial arts, everyone was on the softball team or playing football. So it was like, who else does this? I don't really know. So it's going to be really cool to connect everyone through this project.
Yeah. Yeah. So of course, that's really all there is for a framework. If you want to make your video 20 minutes, go for it. We're not telling you you can't. If you want to make your video, if it's vertical or it's horizontal, if it's on a camera or on a phone or on a webcam on a laptop, these are all perfectly acceptable.
Oh yeah,
We're
absolutely.
we're trying to share this. We're trying to move something forward. We're not trying to be the overlords of what this is, what it can and cannot be. We truly want people, right? We want them to express who they are
Through
as a
these
martial artist.
videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's open.
Yep. And when I sat down to kind of think of what I wanted to do for mine, and we were talking, one of the big things that you had said, about whistlekick and being a martial artist, and you said that line, and I was like, that's it. That's what we're going with. So whatever you guys choose to show us is up to you, because I am a martial artist can mean anything.
That's right. It's right. Don't let anyone tell you what it means to be a martial artist. You have to define that for yourself. And this is your opportunity to tell the world how you define it for yourself because we're
Yeah.
all different.
And our journey changes, as we get older and we grow. Maybe you were a tricker before, but now you're really into teaching. You can even tell us, how that happened.
Yeah. Now, of course, I've been lucky enough. I've seen your video. It's super cool.
Thank you.
I wish I had a videographer and a cool concept. And we're gonna make sure that we link this so people are going to be able to see it in the show notes. But you said it's gonna be on your YouTube channel, right?
Yes, that'll be on the Kick It Like Cast YouTube channel.
Okay. And I'm sure it's going to get shared around, you'll be able to find it, but I want people to check it out. I want you to look at it. And then I want you to go look at mine and see the contrast, see the difference, because mine's not going to be nearly as good or as cool, but it's who I am as a martial artist. And I
Hmm.
think that that's important for everyone to recognize that contrast is not only tolerable or okay, but it's important.
Yeah, it's so important because all of our journeys are separate and different. And when I was doing my video, I really wanted to showcase. I love performing. I always have loved to be, a performer. So that's what I wanted to show when I did the video. I also wanted to show my style without talking about it. So
Absolutely. Well, I think we've given them enough. I think we're at a good point now. So let's just remind everyone where they can go to find more. So why don't you start with YouTube, social media, and that stuff for you?
yes, all of my social media is Kick It Like Cast. That's Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. So you can find me on any of those platforms.
All right. And of course, we're going to link to all of that stuff from whistlekickmartialartsradio.com. This is episode 407. So if it's easier for you to remember that, although Kick It Like Cass is a pretty simple Instagram social media handle. We
Yep,
get people on
absolutely.
the
That's
show who have these goofy
Cast with a C.
CASS.
Yes.
Right. Right. All right. Well, I hope everyone's willing to participate because this is going to be a lot of fun. Don't be scared. Don't be nervous. And I don't care what your lighting's like. I don't care how your skin's looking that day. Just do it.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
do it.
And like you said, don't be scared, don't be nervous, because if you are a martial artist and you've been doing it and it's what you love to do, there's no need to be nervous.
Right.
Doing what you love.
This is entirely a positive project, and you're going to start to see some really interesting stuff from some interesting people. So help us move this forward, and we'll all grow from it. So, Sensei Cass, thanks so much for your time and coming back.
Thanks so much, Jeremy. I had a blast talking to you today.